What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a mystery box unboxing, and this time it is a live mystery unboxing. And if that wasn't enough, we're going to do it live. Now, this is risque. Not risque as in me pole dancing or anything, but risque in the sense of sometimes I'm a little harsh on mystery box people that put things together, as you might know if you've watched the channel. And be sure to go ahead and smash that like button before we get in all these goodies that are going to be in this mystery box, or hopefully are going to be in this mystery box anyway. And hit the subscribe button to the channel and the bell notification. When videos like this drop ever so randomly, you will be one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. But as long as you watch it, we appreciate you. Also, there's some information about our giveaways that I'm doing for the YouTube and the Instagram channels. So be sure to check that out in the description below. So joining us, the guy that put these mystery boxes together, he's got to be a good mystery box just simply because his name is Jason. And that's SLOTITUP Comic. What's going on?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, man. Look, every time I see your name, a Rolling Stones song goes off in my head. If you slot it up. Oh, man, that's a little bit different,
yep.
But that's what
I've sung that exact same song. Funny enough.
Let's see, great minds, great names think alike. So
yep.
There you go. So I got to ask you, and this is kind of off the cuff and off the subject a little bit, but SLOTITUP, where'd the name come from?
Well, I lived in Las Vegas. I moved from Oregon to Vegas, and I lived there for about 10 years. And when I first moved there, everywhere you go, slots, slot machines, hot slots, loose slots. And I needed a new email for the casino, excuse me, that I was working at. And I figured I'd make a new email at the time, and I was trying to come up with an email name, and I'm just like, SLOTITUP. And then the zip code for Vegas is 702, so that was my email. When I moved back to Oregon, I just changed the zip code from 702 to 503.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, when the first time I ever went out to Las Vegas, there's slot machines and everything, even Burger King. I mean, it's just like a way of life out there. Well, we've got a whole bunch of people in here. I'm sure they're here for you and not for me. They heard about Mystery Box, live unboxing, and they said they want to see. And then we got DJ Links up in the house, the king of mystery boxes. He's going to see if did he get one from you, by the way?
He did. And you and him are the two I was most nervous about because I know you're the most harsh, and he does all the effects and puts all the numbers and everything up there. So, you know.
Yeah, so he's going to see. Has he done one with your box yet or no?
No, he says he needs to get a haircut and be all pretty and stuff before he does it.
It needs more than a haircut to be pretty, but I digress. So he's going to see if is going to be jelly or if he's going to be happy that he picked the one I picked. So we got Las Cruces, 1971. What's going on in New Mexico? Funny thing was Las Cruces was in a chat, and the guy asked him, he said, where are you from? He said, from Mexico. He said something about being in America. And it was like, New Mexico's a state. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Some people.
Copy 801, what's going on? Well, you got your fan base here. That's good. Then we got Remy Q Studios, the chainsaw. I'm not going to open it up with the chainsaw. Just saying. Legion of Comics, what is going on? I hit the email thing.
What's up, Mark?
Then we've got Gary B, the casual comic guy, in the house. Gary B, I've got a show tomorrow with Varangian Vigilante talking about some Conan, and I'm going to be giving away some Conan books. I know that's right up your alley, so be sure to hit that bell notification so you don't miss it. No Good Comics. What's going on, Justin, over at No Good Comics? We've got a Jurassic custom collector. What is going on with you as well? So for those of you who don't know, Jason, I'm not referring to myself in the third person, I'm talking about the other Jason, reached out to several people out there on the Instagrams and said, hey, I'm putting together a mystery box. This is how much it's going to be. And I'm only going to have so many of them, so on and so forth. Now, generally, when it comes to mystery boxes, I'm a little slack, meaning that I'm not generally the first person to say, yeah, it's me, or okay, I'll get to it later. And I was actually working. And so it was 7 Wonders that I actually responded and went ahead and claimed one like I did. And it being his first time, because as you know, I'm a little harsh on mystery boxes sometimes, a lot of times. And so this was his first mystery box that he was doing. So how much was the mystery box? How much did it cost?
It was 200 shipped, and I was a little nervous about that because, like you said, being a first mystery box, and realistically, I've been in the comic book community, I think now 5 months, and I wasn't expecting even the 11 boxes to sell out as quick as they would because, you know, me myself buying mystery boxes, a $200 box, you know, from someone you've never heard of seems a risk.
Sure. Yeah, because I mean, I've seen mystery boxes go for lots of money, which is I've never bid off. Probably your box is probably the most I've ever paid for a mystery box. I got some from Man. I got comics over on Instagram.
Yep.
I've always been pleased with his stuff, but I think the most I've ever paid with his was $150. So you also have the trophy, if you will, for being the most I've ever paid for a mystery box.
Nice.
So we will see if it was worth it. Now he had on his boxes stickers, and this is, you know, how some people will say the number, you know, pick the number. He had stickers, and my Mississippi girl Rogue was already taken. So do you know who got Rogue?
No, but Super Jessie is my wife, and she's in the chat there. She should be able to tell you. So if you're, she's watching.
Yeah, because it'd be interesting to know like who got Rogue and if I got a better box than them. So Rogue was my first choice. I think she or you had said, hey, Rogue's already chosen. So I went with the next best thing, a redhead in the Bat family. So for you, those of you who don't know, I'm kind of taking the redheads. My daughter is a redhead. So yeah, I decided to go with Batgirl. So we will see if that was a wise choice. Now, how many books came in the mystery box?
I put 14 raws and 1 signed raw, so 15 raw books total, and then 2 slabs at least. So
okay, 2 slabs at least. Now, did you guarantee any kind of grade or anything on the slabs? Just, you know.
No, I just guaranteed that there would be, you know, over the value of what you paid for the box, which is another reason it really surprised me. And there was no grand prize either. I mean, the $100 bill, right? That's not really a grand prize, but it helps.
Right. Now, Super Jessie says Raiders of the Lone Box. So have you seen their box yet?
Yeah, he got his slab was, I want to say, an 8.0 ASM 252 was his big slab.
Okay.
So it was a decent box.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you put some goodies in there. I see stickers. Put some stickers in there, which is always cool. So let's see right here. We got Iron Man. You know, I was talking about rock and roll songs you reminded me of. Now you got another one. Little Spidey talking about that ASM there.
I think you're out of the camera there with those stickers.
Am I?
There you go.
That's why I wasn't doing it right. Hold on a second. Let me change cameras here. I was wondering. I kept looking back and forth. I said, "Why is it not doing right?" Let's see. There we go.
Wow, there we go.
All right. So we got Spider-Man.
Yes, DJ. Thanks.
This has to. Well, you know, when I had messaged you and said, "Hey, did you want to go live?" I said, "Well, that could put him in a precarious position. Like if I think it sucks, you know, awkward for you and me." But yeah, so there's the Falcon, Deadpool, and the 300 ASM 300 homage look. Man, I'm trying to keep up with DJ Lynx.
Right.
I mean, this guy, he reminds. I saw a shirt the other day that says my mind is mostly filled with movie quotes and songs, and that's the way my mind works too. Because DJ Links reminds me of Vanilla Ice. To the top, I keep on climbing.
He is too. He's a rising star for sure.
Man, it just seems like yesterday he was having a 500 subscriber giveaway. Got a little more Drax action there.
Nice.
Little Scarlet Witch. Hey, since they got the Vision, WandaVision thing, does that mean that sticker's worth more now? Have you seen the thing with the Deadpool cards?
It's crazy. I mean,
what's going on here? We got a little Ghost Rider action. Nice.
Vanilla Links. There you go.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja. Oh, yeah. So Nebula, and then we got Slide It Up. Boom.
There you go. Look at that guy.
Yeah, who is that guy?
Greatest superhero of them all, right there. No powers.
Dun, 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 dun. So hope everybody's watching, plans watching. Oh yeah, I done seen. Yeah, Marvel knows what it's doing. So those are the stickers. Also, we got some cards. Talking about the Deadpool cards. I wonder if any of these have anything. Do they got the stick of gum in there?
No, I didn't want. You never know with people. I didn't want to be responsible for anyone eating the gum and getting sick, so I chose cards that didn't have gum.
Yeah,
I knew they were going to Old Man, so.
And then, of course, the Batman Returns, nice. The Stadium Club cards were like Topps' attempt to compete with Upper Deck back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah. I used to collect baseball cards, and that was the Topps Stadium Club was the more expensive of the cards. So what I did was I went ahead and pulled them out of the box, so they always got to hear. Just like you just did. But you heard a far shorter version of it. Okay. And so do you want to I'll give you the option. Do you want to start with the slabs, or do you want to start with the raw books and work our way up?
Let's go with the slabs.
Okay. We'll start with the slabs.
If I see what you have in the slabs, I might know what you have in the box.
Okay.
What's up, Slim?
All right, so first off, we've got Walking Dead 100. I never was big into Walking Dead. I've actually been buying the Walking Dead Deluxe covers, the Finch covers for them every month now. But I never was big into Walking Dead. So is there something big about this book that I should know about?
It's just one of their 15-year anniversary books, really.
Okay.
Walking Dead is just they're just super popular. I don't know why. I watched like 4 seasons and fell asleep with it, but Super Jesse loves it, and people seem to like Walking Dead, but I wasn't really on board with it. Yeah,
so it says first appearance of Negan and Lucille and death of Glenn.
There you go. First Negan. See, Jesse knows. I don't know nothing about Walking Dead.
Yeah, and this is the Hitch variant cover. So I wonder. I should have looked it up. Maybe I'll pull up Go Collect and check it out. Or do you remember? Because you said you were pricing them, kind of value.
I have no clue.
All right.
I give people credit for making mystery boxes. It's a lot of work to sit and price stuff, and then hope that whenever it gets to someone, that those prices hold up at that time. And there we go.
Infinity Gauntlet #1, 9.6. Now, this is definitely a did you buy it as a slab? Do you know why it's a 9.6 as opposed to an 8?
I don't. I actually sent it in, and okay. I don't know.
No,
I think Jesse might have the.
I see what it is right here. It's got 2 pretty good little spine ticks right there on the back, right there at my thumb.
Gotcha.
And
dark covers are hard.
Yeah. Look, and back in the day, this is one of those horror stories about tape pull, and it caught and it tore my front cover. Now I have another copy of this that I got signed in 2019 at a con by Jim Starlin and Joe Rubenstein. Yeah, I would like to get it signed by Perez too, but he wasn't at that con. And from all accounts, he's not going to be attending that many cons anymore. So, but yeah, definitely a nice pickup there. Definitely a Infinity Gauntlet fan before Infinity Gauntlet was cool. And so that is definitely a cool pickup there. All right, so what is the other? There were some books that were down with the slabs and not in the box. Let's see here. Pull them out first. So we got Generation X, little chromium goodness right there. Not a big book, but certainly a nostalgic book, seeing that I'm part of Generation X, and you know, X-Men's my jam. So nice.
Shiny 90s.
Shiny 90s. That's right. That's right. Now this is hilarious. I've seen these, but this is Rectum. This is Chad RCG's Secret Identity. So,
I came from Squatchy, actually, from a Squatchy box.
Right. So I was going to say, I know Squatchy did the art on this. And so he did it like the Venom 1. And so it's really cool. He's even got Foo down here in the pose that Spidey normally has on that Venom 1. So that was really cool. So it's not a comic. It's actually just a print, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I've got some, some more art coming from him as well. He's doing up a book for my wife for her birthday. So he's a fantastic artist.
Yeah. Did you ever see that Turtles book I bought from him?
No.
Yeah, I bought I saw him working on it, and I claimed it before he was done with it. And it's a Turtles annual sketch cover, but he did the Last Ronin on the front, and he did the homage to TMNT #1 on the back. And so it was an homage with TMNT #1, which, if you recall, has got all 4 turtles on there. But since it's a Last Ronin, there's only the one.
Nice.
And so it's front and back done. He did one of those slabs himself. And so, and he did a Turtles tab up there at the top. So it was really nicely done, and it was like 200 shipped. And
nice.
So yeah, it's a really cool piece of the collection. Thanks for the 14 of you that are hanging out with us today. Also got some more 90s goodness. Codename Wolverine. The die cut cover, X-Men 1 that just came out not too long ago. Kind of did a paid tribute to that, and this actually looks better than the one I got, I think. Well, okay, there's some spine checks. Yeah, 1991. But yeah, the nice little Wolverine Larry Hama goodness. Now, I don't know if you mentioned it earlier, but I recall you mentioning it when you put the order out for, or said that they're available, and that was that there was going to be a special prize in there in one of the mystery boxes.
Yes, it was going to be a $100 bill. I figured I'd do something I haven't seen anyone do yet. So
the one and the only,
nice,
my mystery box. So so at $200, I'm actually only $100 in to the mystery box. So very, very nice.
Nice. Glad you didn't get rogue now, aren't you?
That's right. The redhead bat saved the day. All right. So the rest of them are all in Mylar. That's something that what's the name of the company that Heroes? Is it Hero?
Box Heroes.
Box Heroes. There you go.
Yeah,
so Box Heroes does that. I like that they have them all in Mylar. But all these are in a Mylar, so that's definitely a big plus because that's an expense, right?
Yeah. I didn't want to give people books and then have them be in the same bags that I had them in. I want them to, be different and present a lot nicer than that.
So first off, we got some Clayton Crane goodness. We've got Spider-Man #1. This is the Clayton Crane homage to the original Spider-Man #1. Is it the original comic on the inside of it?
No, it's Scorpion Comics. They're Their
I mean,
edition.
it's like a reprint of Spider-Man #1, in other words.
Yeah. Yep.
And so this is Scorpion Comics, as he just mentioned, and this is the gold trade, limited to 800 copies, 565 out of 800. So really cool. Dig some Clayton Crane for sure. Then we've got The Boys, Dear Becky, #1. I know absolutely nothing about The Boys. So is that a good book?
It's a #1. I mean, the boys, the original The Boys would have been a lot better, but then it would have been more expensive of a box. But yeah,
Sure.
The Boys is a great show on Amazon if you haven't watched that. The comics kind of, but the show is fantastic.
Okay. Then we've got Captain America 255. So looks like a special 40th anniversary cover. The living legend sees Cap's thrills, very first chills, adventure, and more. Okay, there you go. Hurry if you. So Justin over at No Good Comics says, "Hurry if you press and clean that $100 bill, it'll increase your chances of getting a 9.8." Oh, there you go. Well, you can't clean this $100 bill. You know why, right?
No.
It'd be money laundering.
Oh, there. I walked into that.
So, as you might have seen on the intro that Weapon X did for me, it says bad dad jokes. So that was part of that. Thor #9, the Hildebrandt cover. This was a ratio, wasn't it? Or was it just a regular cover?
I want to say it's just a regular cover. I think it's like a 5th print or something like that. They get ridiculous in these print runs nowadays.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's a first print because it shows down at the bottom. If you check the UPC, it's a first print. I remember seeing this, but I got like the A cover. But dig some Hildebrandt. When we were talking about cards earlier, you remember the Hildebrandt cards?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he did a series of Marvel cards. I think those were the Marvel Masterpiece series.
Oh, that's right. Was that the 90 ones or the 91?
Don't give me the line. Anybody in the chat whose memories?
Where's old man? He would know.
Then we got Star Wars: Age of Rebellion, Lando Calrissian. Looks like a Dodson. Yep, Dodson cover of the Age of the Republic, or Rebellion rather. So that's nice for show. And we've got, this is ASM something. Let's see here. Dang, yep. My large type. $7.98. So I think this is the Young Guns variant of that.
It is, yep.
And JVR Garon, maybe. So then we've got Avengers 221. Pick 2. Hey, yo, pick 2.
I don't remember what that was. I think that was a key of some sort. I don't remember what key it is now.
Yeah, I think so too. Seems like it's an early appearance of somebody. Anybody in the chat knows, let us know. And it seems like this is an homage that Avengers had another one like this before. And this was an homage to that as well. But it's funny. Invisible Girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a timely book. We got Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Captain Marvel. That's issue 142. Strangely enough, I just got this same book in a mystery box. I mean, it's like, what are the odds of that? I mean, this is a book from 1984, and you get one of these, but definitely very timely with Monica Rambeau.
Yep.
She's either going to be Photon or Spectrum one, but she's going to be something. WandaVision is already seen to that. Flash by Night, what is going on? Okay, Brock Morgan says She-Hulk joins the Avengers.
That's what it was. Okay.
All right. Then I think this was a big one. Baby Teeth #1 from Aftershock Comics.
Cool cover, too.
Yeah, y'all can let me know in the chat if that is, or if I'm thinking of something else. But Donnie Cates seems to can do no wrong right now, and so he wrote this right here. Yeah, definitely a different cover. Doesn't she give like Birth to the Devil or something?
It's a little out there.
Let's see. Then we've got Strange Academy #1. This is the blue Walmart variant. So nice. These are definitely cool books to have. Then we've got the New Avengers #4, signed by. This is the signed copy that you put in every box. This is Brian Michael Bendis. So got a COA from Amazing Comic Con. Brian Michael Bendis. So I think that is it. So we'll scroll back through, and No Good Comics said just subbed you up.
Nice. Appreciate it.
If anybody has not subbed up Jason, be sure to go in the description of the video, and his Instagram and his YouTube link are in the description. So let's scroll back through some of these goodies, and let's give it a grade. I'm going to let the since we're doing this live, I'm going to let the chat give their grade, and I'll give mine. But we got 3 packs of TMNT cards and Batman cards, 1 pack of Batman cards, that is. And so both franchises are my jam, so that's definitely a plus. We got a whole bunch of stickers, and so that's nice. We got the one and only $100 bill. Always like to have Uncle Ben at the house, and I'm not talking about the rice. But we got Strange Academy #1. This is the blue Walmart variant. Baby Teeth #1. Marvel Team Up 142 with Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel. Avengers 221, which we believe is the She-Hulk joining the Avengers. So kind of a key, maybe a minor key.
Minor key, yeah.
ASM 798, the Young Guns variant. Lando Calrissian #1. This is the one-shots that they were doing, the Age of Rebellion. This is the Dotson cover. Thor #9, the Hildebrandt cover. Captain America 255. The Boys, Dear Becky #1. Spider-Man #1. This is the Scorpion Comics exclusive, 800 copies, and this is issue 565 of 800. Wolverine 50 from the first full volume of Wolverine. We got a print from Squatchy, Chad, aka the Rectum. And then we got Generation X #1, some shiny nannies, chromium goodness there. We got the New Avengers #4, signed by Brian Michael Bendis. This was back when Brian Michael Bendis actually knew how to write comics.
Right? He's not doing very well with DC, is he?
Yeah, not so much anymore. And so then we got Walking Dead 100, which I've got to think that this is a big book, with it being the first appearance of Negan and Death of Glenn. And then we've got Infinity Gauntlet #1, 9/6. So what is the chat? So if you're giving it a grade, A to F, just like you would when you got in school, what grade would you give this mystery box? And then I will give my grade. And we will go. Mars Comics says great box.
Nice. I'd give it a B myself. You got to leave room for improvement.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I was pulling up Go Collect here because I was interested in that Walking Dead. Me not knowing much except for, like I said, I'm reading the new one, the reprints.
There's so many reprints. Yeah.
Okay, so there's the Hitch cover. All All right, so there's 25 sales of a 9.8, the last one being in November, and it was for $45. Okay. So just kind of providing perspective, not only for me, but for anybody that might be giving it a grade. So Super Jesse, you might be a little biased on that. I don't know if your vote counts. I paid $200. Oh, okay. I see where she answered that. $200. And I got the $100 bill prize. So Shatter gives it an A. Okay. DJ Link says great box. Mars Comics gives it an A. Since the box only costs $100 ship, more than a fantastic box. Tapia, what is going on? Yeah, thinks it's great for an A. So, $100 bill, first appearance of Benjamin Franklin. Hey, let's put that up there and see if we can get $1,000 for it, like you can a Deadpool 2 card, or Deadpool.
Alex.
What's that?
I was saying, what's up to Alex?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So we've got A's. Got an A+ on here, I think. So let's give it 2 grades. Me giving it 2 grades. So let's assume that, so let's give the first grade with it the $100 bill and with not the $100 bill. Of course, I say that, but then that's like saying, well, if I had gotten a New Mutants 98, it would have been a better box, or you did or you didn't, it is the grade, right? Yeah. Las Cruces says great box, shattered. Yeah, Deadpool card. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm actually thinking about going and pulling that X-Force 1 out and pulling the polybag open and getting the Deadpool card and sending it off. But everybody in the mom is probably doing that right now. Sending it to Beckett. So it's going to flood the market, which will drive the price back down. So the box as it stands right now, I would say is a solid A-. I think there's always room for improvement. And I don't know if I might have if I've ever gave an A+ rating on a mystery box, because the stars would have to align with Jupiter and all that kind of stuff, for that to happen, right? It would have to be something that, okay, I wanted every single one of those books for the PC, some good value. I think the values here in the book, a lot of the books were not stuff that I put in the PC, but the other thing that I rank it, just thinking through it, the other thing I rank it by is it easy to sell? So if I don't want them, are they easy enough for me to turn around and flip and get some of my money back? With the fact that it's got a $100 bill in there, to Justin from No Good Comics point, it's a no-brainer, right? But as a $200 mystery box, I think it's still a solid A-. And I would think, and just kind of, and tell me what you think, because I know you buy mystery boxes as well. If you've got, if I got a mystery box for $30, I expect a different level of good out of a 200 or 500. Of course, DJ Links, he buys $1,000 mystery boxes.
I know, and the value ends up being like $2,000. So
and so I guess if you're buying that big of a mystery box, that's kind of what you expect to get. As a matter of fact, he just bought one from, I think it was from Yeah Man I Got Comics, and got the 361, 2, and 3, didn't he?
Well, that was Eye Candy.
Eye Candy, okay, that's who it was.
That was an $800 box. That's a big boy box right there.
Oh yeah, just those 3 books by themselves.
Yeah.
And he got, DJ Links is nuts. He's crazy. And with the mystery boxes, and he keeps talking about how he's going to slow down on his mystery boxes because he wants to focus on Grail, so on and so forth. And I keep seeing videos with mystery boxes. So what do you do?
Right.
But yeah, so I think this is a solid A-, especially in light of the fact that it's your first mystery box. There is a lot of work if you just think about it. Not talking about you, because obviously, but if the chat thinks about it, there's a lot of work that goes into a mystery box, trying to price out things, trying to sort it out, trying not to stack one box accidentally bigger than, so much bigger than another box, that everybody kind of gets a really good value for their money, that people won't give crappy reviews on YouTube for, that type of thing.
Or Instagram or anywhere. You don't want you don't want a bad name, and especially in the comic book community that's so tight knit. If one person starts getting a bad name, then everyone starts to see it, and then no one wants to deal with you. You don't want to be that guy.
Right, right. So and I meant to ask you this earlier, but why were you doing the mystery boxes? Were you just trying to cull out some of your stuff that you didn't want anymore? Or are you saving towards a big grail, or what?
The mystery boxes really there's kind of to clear out a little bit of stuff, but I enjoy watching people open boxes. That's why I got into mystery boxes, because I like to watch people open boxes. So if I could watch someone open a box that I put together and be happy with it, that's kind of cool in itself.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, I know sometimes, and people's collecting style changes over time.
That too.
And you go, well, I'm really not getting the enjoyment out of it, so you move on from it. But so I didn't know if that was some of your deal, or you're saving up for a big grail. So do you have any grails that you're looking to get this year?
No, you have one of them. You just got it at a 9.6, I believe.
The TMNT #1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one. I've got 2 of the TMNT Adventures at CGC right now, #1s, being signed by Eastman and sketched. I mean, you'll notice that there are no TMNT or Batman books in any of my mystery boxes. So,
talking about Batman, my Batman 13 is headed to CBCS. It just left the presser's house and is headed to CBCS. Talking about TMNT #1, I just picked up a 5th print yesterday.
nice.
So I've got a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th print of that. I don't know if I get the other prints in that Mirage run, which I have a numerically whole set of the Mirage run, but I don't know that if I'll ever get a first print #1 or a second print #1. I mean, those things are just so astronomical.
I wouldn't mind a second print #1. I mean, what's it going for? Like, I mean, at a reasonable grade, what's it at, like $5,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a lot, but I mean, people spend more than that on stuff all the time. So maybe eventually, I'm saving towards a goal. I'm hoping eventually to get that book, honestly.
Okay. So yeah, so the second print, because I actually passed on a second print Hulk Nuts. As weird as that sounds to say,
I've seen his ads on Instagram.
Yeah, he sells a lot of books, and he had a second print. This was at Christmas time, and he had a second print, and he was selling it for $3,000. I think it was $3,000, and I about pulled the trigger on it.
I know, I was looking at it too, but it was Christmas time.
Yeah, and that was my deal. I'm like, I've got a #1, and I probably would not have been close to pulling the trigger, because my 3rd print was at CGC at that time, and I didn't know what I was going to get. I was fully expecting less than what I got for sure, especially in light of what I paid for it.
Yeah, you got a really good deal on that auction, that Steals and Deals or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, so I got a bunch of stuff with it, and so it was just one of those things in the right place, the right time. But I think that if cons, I don't know how they're going to do on the West Coast of the United States, but I think in the southeastern part of the United States, cons are going to start to open up again, and there are going to be some very hungry dealers there. And so it'd be a really good time if you're able to go to a con that has some dealers there, and you had the money, you could probably pull the trigger pretty easy on it.
Well, me and my wife are planning a trip in October to go to the New York Comic-Con. As long as it's open, I'm there.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Are they going to have it?
We'll see. I mean, as of right now, I think it's still going. DJ Lynx is still in here. He would know more. But from last time I looked, it was still going at this point. But that's a ways out.
Yeah. So they're having a Comic-Con in Huntsville, Alabama in April. Now, they had it last year. So that's how I know they're going to have it this year, come hell or high water, because despite being in the middle of everything, last year they had it. But Chris Claremont, Jim Shooter, Rags Morales, a bunch of the guy that did Ren and Stimpy's voice.
Oh, nice.
He's going to be there. And I didn't buy a lot of big books there, but I found that the vendors that were there, they were so hungry to make sales. They were giving deals on Friday and Saturday, which they normally don't do, right? Normally it's a Saturday late or Sunday deal, and then that's when they start getting stuff because they don't want to take it home with them.
I know. I can't wait to go to a con, man. I really can't. Let's go blow some money and get some goodies.
Yeah, I went to a little show down in New Orleans weekend before last, and then some of those same group of people are having a show next weekend that I'm going to go to. I went to it last year, and it was in the back of it was in a Family Life Center of a church. That thing was packed out.
Yeah,
and it just shows up what pent-up demand is in the market for that to happen. So,
yep. I wish we had more in Oregon. I mean, we have the Rose City Comic-Con in Portland, but I don't know if that's going to be going. And April's coming up quick. It's my birthday month, and I don't know. It's coming up awful quick to make plans now, but we'll see. I wouldn't mind going to a Comic-Con, especially over there. I've never been.
Yeah. October, I'm going to be in Israel, so I'm not going to. I'd love to go to New York Comic Con, one of those huge cons. But I say that, but man, when I went to Galaxy Con, which in Louisville, Kentucky, in 2019, I was like a kid. I didn't know where to go, man. I was just like doing like this, bouncing off everywhere because there were just so many things that I wanted to do. So many people I wanted to get signed. I seen all these great books. I wanted to stop and look at them. And I was just like, having this little epileptic seizure or something, but felt like Beavis,
That's how it's going to be when they come back. Everyone's going to be like that. It's like, it's almost like crack. We all want our crack. We want to be able to go and interact with people and go buy our books. And some people like to dress up and do all that stuff. I might, but you never know. I just want to go buy some cool stuff, really.
So do you do cosplay too?
No, I've never done it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my wife was saying something about some of the cosplayers she had seen at a con we went to together. And I said, you realize how much money and time and effort that takes for them to do that stuff? I mean, that's dedication. And it's cool because they as long as I'm not one of these guys that says no to cosplayers, but I do appreciate when they set the con up to where the cosplaying is mainly over here and the comics are mainly over here. Now they'll drift over to the comic side because they want you to pat them on the back and take pictures with them and stuff too. But they're out of the way. They're doing their thing and I'm doing my thing. And that's how GalaxyCon was set up. And that was really nice that you were able to walk straight up to the tables and talk with the artists and the creators. I mean, I walked straight up to Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman and didn't even have to wait in line.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
So, when in like the older ones, like Mike Zack and, Peter David and Tom Grummett and people like that, I mean, they didn't have nobody in their line. I just sit there and talk to them,
Yeah.
So what's going on, Squatchy? Squatchy must have heard us say something about his look what I got in a mystery box.
What up, Squatchy? Just talking about you doing that picture and the other picture I got from you. I dig his work, man. He does. I love art though, and a lot of these books sometimes I buy it's just because I like the cover. I'm starting to get quite the collection of artist drawn stuff from Instagram and YouTubers. So, what's up, Biggie?
You're not lying there because look, have you ever seen the Legally Burned comics?
No.
Okay, so check him out on Instagram, Legal Burning. But I just bought a Batman book from him, and so if you see it on his feed and it says sold, that's the one I bought, and it's dope as all get out. And but he actually burns those comics.
This is the one I just got from a guy called Star Wars and More Art.
Dope. That reminds me of one I got right here. Hold on a second. We're turning this into art hour here.
Right?
Oh, so Tricky Trapster?
Yes.
Okay. So Tricky, I said, man, I want you to do me so he had a Beta Ray Bill one that he'd been trying to sell, and I hadn't done anything with it or whatever. And so he said, well, I sold it, but I can do another one for you. So I got him to do this.
Oh, nice.
So Hulk 181 homage. And of course, Batman and where Wolverine is, you notice the batarangs
on his fist. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Joker's taking the place of Wendigo back there. But I thought it was fitting because when I do like my sketch covers, I like it to be like, I don't want a picture of Captain America on an X-Men sketch cover. So like crossover, I could rationalize that by saying, okay, they're crossing over, the Marvel and DC stuff. But so that just came in the mail today. And do you know who Bart Sears is?
No.
So Turok #1, the infamous Turok #1, that's Bart Sears drew that. And so he drew a lot of the Valiant stuff, like the Exo Man-O-War covers.
Okay.
And he did some work for Marvel and others too. But what I remember him from is Valiant, which I'm a Valiant collector, and he did this sketch cover for me. So it's the Exo Man-O-War. It's like a liquid armor when it pours. That's the way he draws it. It's drawn in the past, and I want him to draw part of Auric and then partly of the Exo War. So he just did that and
nice.
Sent that to me.
I like Valiant too. A lot of people hate on Valiant, but I loved like Bloodshot. Harbinger was great. I mean, they had a lot of good books, but they did get a lot of hate because, I think they came out right after Image, right? In 92 or something like that.
Yeah, right about the same time. Well, Image actually, I think, came out after that because Jim Shooter had already been fired from Marvel. But, so Jim Shooter, Rags Morales did work for Valiant, and Jim Shooter's going to be there at that Huntsville Comic Con. So I'm going to get him to sign my Rise Zero. I'm thinking about cracking my Harbinger 1 out and getting him to sign that because he was the writer of that.
Does it got the little insert in it?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Or I've got his signature on, that you're talking about that insert, you had to mail it away with other ones to get the Harbinger Zero pink cover. Well, I've got a pink cover, a 9.6, but it's got his signature already on it.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so I've got multiple loan boxes of Valiant, the whole sets of Bloodshot. The other day I picked up the first glass cover comic ever, which was Valiant did it. And it's Bloodshot Rising Spirit 1. But it's a glass comic cover.
Nice.
And you don't want to. I don't think CGC even will grade them because
right. How do they grade that?
Well, because it would crack. If it cracks, it's gone. It's not.
Yeah.
They dent your book. They can say, well, that dent was there before. Well, you can't say, well, that crack was there before. It's all cracked out. But yeah, so I heard Rob Liefeld. He has a podcast called Robservations. And he said that Image was known not for their stories. He said, we didn't necessarily have the best stories. He said, ours was the art. Jim Lee, Will Spertasio, Mark Silvestri, Rob Liefeld, all of them, Todd McFarlane. That's what was selling those books was they were the artists. It wasn't the storytelling. And he said, Valiant, on the other hand, was the storytelling. And so they told a story and in Jim Shooter fashion, and as long as you're pre-Unity, Jim Shooter was over it, and that's still coveted storylines. And afterwards, not so much. But they had Barry Windsor Smith, Don Perlin. Marvel greats on that stuff. For people to crap on it without having ever cracked it open is shameful at best.
Yeah. Gary B, you don't let him crap on Barry Windsor Smith. That's Gary B's boy right there.
Hey, if he wants to talk about some Barry Windsor Smith, he needs to be there in the Conan Talk tomorrow because Barry Windsor's my jam. I've got matter of fact, I just happen to have it right here. I found this yesterday when I was loan box diving. So Barry Windsor Smith from Malibu Comics drew a. I don't know if he was co-creator or not, but I know he drew it. Rune, Rune. So I have the whole set of Rune, which would have been like 9 issues or so. And of course, so he's known for Rune, but he's also known for Conan because he did the first 20 plus issues of Conan. So I found this Rune and Conan #1 done by none other than Barry Windsor Smith.
Oh wow! Hey, Gary B. I bet you Gary B. probably has that, but you never know. Or he might even have like 10 of it.
This is like the random stuff, and when I'm long box diving, I find random stuff like this. That's my jam. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. I don't even know if it was just a one shot, if there was multiple issues of it. But let's see if this says to be continued. No, it says finish. So, and and talking about Barry Windsor Smith, Steve McNiven, which drew Old Man Logan in the Wolverine series. So he was the first one to draw Old Man Logan. His art style is a lot like Barry Windsor Smith. And that Conan special that just came out, anniversary special that just came out, he did
King Size Conan.
What's that?
Was it King Size Conan, the one that had Eastman and stuff stories?
Yeah, that's it. McNiven drew one of those stories in there, and it was like reading a Barry Windsor Smith book. The way he drew, the stuff. So Chris Claremont wrote one of the stories in there. Eastman drew one of the stories in there, and so that was pretty cool. But we got off the subject, which I'm subject to do.
It's easy to do.
It's easy to do. You start talking about comics, and one thing leads to another.
Right.
So what's going on your channel? Give you a chance to shout out anything that's going on your channel.
Next month, I'm going to be debuting a game show with Taylor Winder. It's going to be called Rigged, and we're going to take 2 contestants. Actually, we have our 2 contestants already set for the first show. It's going to be Adrian APM versus Steve from Burke 54 Comics in a battle of the comic knowledge, and there'll be some prizes. It'll probably be I bought like 120. I bought basically 4 $30 gift cards from that Spider-Man booth, and I figured maybe some raw books or something. There'll be some cool prizes. So it's almost like comic book Jeopardy, but not. So it'll be fun.
So are you keeping it centric to Marvel or DC? Are you indie, just comic knowledge in general, or is it comic movies? I mean, how are you doing that?
It's going to be comic in general. It could be movies. I'm going to, because I don't want it to be like, I don't want to have someone that comes on and knows Marvel like from top to bottom, right? Versus someone that knows nothing about Marvel. I don't want it to be that. I want it to be universal. I want it to be movies. I want it to be, DC, Image, Power Rangers, right? Everything. So it's fair for everyone. I mean, the show's called Rigged, but we want to make it somewhat fair, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Well, and you ever heard the theory about 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon?
I've heard it, but yeah.
Okay, so basically, you can connect somebody that connects somebody. So there's only 6 degrees of separation between you and Kevin Bacon.
Gotcha.
Some way or another. Okay, so I'll tell you what my connection to Kevin Bacon is. The connection being is that the company I work for, another guy that works for the same company, went to high school at the same high school that they used in the movie Footloose. So there you go.
Wow.
So I think that the same theory can be for most things, but we're talking about comic books. You can basically do the same thing with comic books for movies, even if there's not movie adaptations, really.
Yep.
So if you want to go Kevin Bacon, obviously he starred in X-Men First Class, and so you could take that route. But take one that many people might not know, as far as Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, when these people start putting these concepts together for these movies, and you've seen some of the concept art for Star Wars, right? Where
Yep.
you see Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader look much different than what they ended up looking like. But they pay these people to draw things out as they say, I got this idea for this and this idea for that. And they start taking bits and pieces from it and piecing together what ends up being the movie. So for Raiders of the Lost Ark, they paid an artist to do that. You know what artist that would be?
No.
So that artist was a guy who's really well known for his pulp art. He's also known for Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. art, X-Men 50 with the green Polaris cover, and known for changing the X-Men logo to the one that we all know today, and that's Jim Steranko.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, Jim Steranko was the one that they paid to do that art, because really Steranko didn't really have he's got those classic covers that everybody knows, but I mean, it's not like he's not like Chris Claremont writing, that he's like wrote so much stuff, or he's not like some other artists that that they drew so much stuff. I mean, they got this whole body of work. There's only these selection, and then he was doing pulp magazines and other stuff, and he ended up doing that for George Lucas and Lucasfilm for Steranko. So
that's a pretty good gig to get it. Yeah, that's a pretty good gig to land right there.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But all right, so you got that going on, the rig show. Like I said before, Jason has a YouTube and Instagram page, and the links to those are in the description below. So if you're interested in hitting him up, go hit him up, give him a sub up. And probably the way he likes to give away money and books and everything like that, he's probably going to do some kind of giveaway when he hits some kind of milestone. So put
500.
Okay. And you're at what now?
Close to 350.
Okay. So go ahead and push him up there in the algorithm, so other people out there will sub him up and get close to that 500 and get him to give away some more stuff. Sounds like fun, right?
It is fun.
Talking about giveaways, I'm also doing a giveaway for not only the Instagram page, but also the YouTube channel. So when we hit 900 subscribers, I'm giving away a Marvel Omnibus of Guardians of the Galaxy. All you have to do to enter to win that is go to the 900 subscriber video and hit the like button on that, be subscribed to the channel, be 18 years or older, and put a comment saying I want in the comments below on that video. To make it easy for you, I put the link to that video in the description below. Also, on the Instagram, if you want a G.I. Joe 275, the Mike Mayhew signed Baroness cover, if you want that, I'm giving that away at 2,000 followers, which I'm only 20-something away from doing. All you have to do is go to that post, which the link for that is below as well, and like the post and tag 4 people in that. So pretty simple giveaways. It is fun, the giveaways. The last big one that I did was the X-Men 4, and that was definitely fun. Forced me to have to go buy another copy so that I can complete my X-Men set. But
there was one of those in this box. Oh, the original X-Men 4?
Yeah, the original X-Men 4.
Okay, I was going to say there wasn't one of those in that box. So that's it. Nah, wrong X-Men 4.
Well, if there was an original X-Men 4, I was like, okay, I take what I said back about this box. Somebody else got the good one for sure.
Oh yeah, Biggie hit 1,000 subscribers. It says he's doing a giveaway tonight. So
yeah,
congratulations, Biggie.
Yes, check out Biggie Shack. Is going to do a video tonight, and APED, be sure to go and do it like I just mentioned. Don't do it now because I won't put you in there, and you'll be sad that your name's not on the wheel because you might win. So nobody wants a Power Rangers slot except Bert.
Well, the show's called Rigged. Come on. You gotta have a rigged question in there every now and then, right?
Yeah, DJ Links says can't wait for the rig show. So there you go. Well, I do appreciate the people that came and hung out with us today and showed this mystery box off. It definitely was a good one. Hit this Jason up for on the subs, and so we can do some more giveaways. Until next time, keep reading. And one more thing. Be sure to check back tomorrow at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. rather, Central Time, as I talk with Varangian Vigilante about Conan. And we will be doing a giveaway with some Conan books tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. And then at 1 o'clock Central Time, if you're looking at finding some books out on the cheap, that is going to be the Saturday morning cartoon crew. And I will be selling some books there then as well. A lot of books that I find out there on the cheap, and I pass the savings on to you. And Squatchy is also putting out the info. His boxes are going on sale in 30 minutes on IG, so go check that out. As I shared earlier, I got a Last Ronin sketch from him, the color version, and really cool part of my art collection. So all of the shameless plugs have been put out there. So, with that being said, everybody have a good weekend. Grab yourself some comics. Stay safe out there. Until next time.